Hey everyone, this is a tutorial on showing you some algorithms that you could use to solve the cross more efficiently. And it's best to learn these algorithms not as actual algorithms like memorizing each individual move, but instead seeing how it works. That way, if you have a slightly different situation, you'll be able to adapt that algorithm to fit the case that you have instead of using one algorithm for each case and memorizing a whole bunch of different cases. And throughout this tutorial, I'll be solving the cross on the white side on the bottom face. The first case that everyone should know, if they know how to solve a Rubik's Cube already, is if 3 of the edge pieces on the cross are already in place and one piece we have that is correctly oriented but not in the right place. And when I say correctly oriented, I mean that the white sticker or the bottom face color is either facing up or down. And for this one, everyone should know, you just align it with the center and turn it down. Now, if it was incorrectly oriented, or the white sticker or the bottom face sticker was facing to the side or the front or the back, then what I like to do is I bring this to the side so that it's on either the right or the left side. Then I match it up with its center using the R or left face depending on how you first set it up. Move it into place, and then since you disturbed this edge piece, you just have to move it back. And everyone should know those two. Now, when you have two incorrectly oriented edges that have to go adjacent to each other, this is what you do. You first put one of the pieces in on a face such that you can align it with its center. So in this case, I would put this edge piece here so that I can match it up there. And then from there, I could just move this down, but then I'd be left with an incorrectly oriented edge piece, which is not good. So before I put this down, I want to move the other edge on top of this piece. And even though I can't put it exactly here, I can put it there. And now, since that piece is there, when I move this down, this piece also gets aligned with its center. And then I could just move it down. I'm going to show that one more time. So we have the two incorrectly oriented edges that have to go adjacent to each other. I match it with its center, move the other edge piece on top of it, solve this edge piece, and then solve this edge piece. Now, when you have two edge pieces that have to go on the opposite sides of each other, that are oriented incorrectly, like this piece has to go there, and this piece goes there, here's what you do. Move one of the pieces to the front, and align it with its center just like we did last time. And we could just fix it, but then we'd have the incorrectly oriented edge, and we want to do both at the same time. So what you're going to do is move this edge right here, and then you solve this, and then you had disturbed this orange piece, and so you want to move that back, which also aligns it with this. So you can solve that like that. One more time. And again, you should be understanding how these algorithms work, not just memorizing move by move. So first align one of the pieces with its center on the front face, like that. Then move the other edge piece right to this front position. And then solve this edge piece, solve this edge piece, and then solve this edge piece. Here again we have two edge pieces that have to go adjacent to each other, but instead one is correctly oriented, the white is on top, and one that's incorrectly oriented, the white is on the side. And this is very much like the other one, as you're doing both at the same time. So first, you want to bring this halfway down. Instead of all the way down to solve it, you'd only bring it halfway down. And then you would bring the other edge piece on top of it. And then solve this piece. That also matches up these centers. And then solve that piece. So it's halfway solved, other piece on top, solved, solved. For this next case, it's better if I show you with the cross on top. Let's say you had all of the cross pieces in place, but they were just permuted incorrectly, or these two pieces have to be switched around to be solved. And some people might do this. But that would take a long time. So what I do is I always hold one in front and one on the right side. I bring the one on the right down, the edge piece, move the spot where this piece has to go, in other words, this piece, move this on top of where this piece used to be, or right here, bring this back up, and match up all these centers again, and then solve this last piece. So in other words, to switch these two, it's and you could do that with any of the two pieces. Like, say if I wanted to switch these two around, bring this down, bring the other one up, bring it up, back around. And I could even do a cycle with this. If you see how this works, it's really easy to see how you can do it really quickly. And it only uses two sides, so it's 2gen, which is really nice. So that's pretty much it for the most common patterns that are seen when you are solving a Rubik's Cube on the cross stage. So for example, I'm going to just do a quick example solve. I have this there already paired. So first I'm just going to solve that like that. And then I see I have unoriented, oriented, so it won't be exactly the case that you memorize, but you just have to learn to adapt. And thanks for watching. I hope it was help to you, and please subscribe if you liked it. Bye.